Okay, express this in terms of partial fractions. Okay, so we can have 3 here, partial fractions again, right? And again, we've got a repeated factor here. You need to see that there, because this is square, okay? So we've got a repeated factor of x. Don't be put off by the fact that this isn't a sort of a bracket term, okay? And we can think of it as a bracket term if you want. Here you go, you know, I've rewritten it. I mean, you could write it like that, couldn't you? You could think of x as x plus 0, okay? And then it'll be the bracket squared. I'm not going to, okay? There's no need to do that, but if you want to see the sort of logical argument there, that you can think of it as a bracket, and it is a repeated factor, okay, here. So what you do is, right, well, we've got this to start with this time, the repeated factors at the beginning, okay, which was different last time. It was on the right hand side, it was at the end, isn't it? So we would deal with this to start with. So we start off with a here. Now remember, it's just be a over x, right? We don't write the square on the first denominator. But then on the second denominator, then it'll be b over, then you write it as the x squared, then you put the square in, okay? And then at the end, then of course you've got then this single factor here, x minus 1, okay? So take this over the other side and multiply. Okay, so big square bracket, a over x plus b over x squared plus c over x, take away 1 there, okay? And then if we multiply through each term, so I'll have a over x times x squared x minus 1 plus b over x squared times x squared x minus 1 plus then put it down here so it fits in, c over x minus 1 times x squared x minus 1. So what happens here is obviously the x cancels with the square, the x squared's cancelled here, and then the x minus 1's cancelled here. So I'm left with x take away 3, take away 2x squared is a x minus 1, okay, plus b x minus 1 plus then c x squared, okay. So that's what you've got there. So then, same process as before, you set then x to be a value, so I think here we can set x to be 1, yeah? So if I set x to be 1, on the left hand side you get this. Now, setting x to be 1 there, that will be 0, so that whole thing goes there, so then I just end up with c, which is 1 squared, timesing it, and then you've got this then, that would be negative 4, I think. Okay, and then that's 1 squared is just 1, isn't it? So that'll be c for you. Okay, what else can we set x? Well, we can set x to be 0, yeah, because that will disappear. That will disappear. That's nice as well because you just end up with minus 3 there, easy peasy. And it's that term there, b. Well, in there, if that's 0, you just get negative 1 in there, which means then b is equal to 3. Okay, now remember with a repeated factor, okay, then you need to find the other letters. We've got to find a, but there isn't a suitable value now that we can set to sort of eliminate things. So we've got to pick another value, okay? But just choose any value, okay? Normally I'd go with 0 because it's easy, but I've already used 0, so I'm going to have to go with a different value. So say, for instance, let's set x to be 2, okay? So substitute it in. So 2, take away 3, take away 2 times 2 squared. So put it in here. So I'll have 2 there. This will be 1. 2 take away 1 is 1. And then 2 in there, that will be 2 squared, of course. Okay, so working out this side here, okay, that would be negative 9. Okay, this will be 2a, that will be b, and this will be 4c, of course, because you're squaring the 2. Don't forget then to substitute in, okay, the values that you've got already. So we don't know a, we know b is 3, and we know c is negative 4. So we get, what's this going to be here? That's 3, that's negative 16, so that's negative 13. Okay, take that over, so we get 4 there is 2a, which means then a will equal to 2. So then to finish off, you say then, therefore, x minus 3 minus 2x squared all over x squared x minus 1 will equal to, well, a was 2, so it'll be 2 over x. B was 3, so it'll be 3 over x squared. And C worked out to be negative 4, so put the minus there, 4 there over x minus 1.